This is the Taghazout Bay 8 kilometre running or walking route. Now we're going to start off at the first 5-star hotel in the bay, and that's White Beach. Then go along the beach path past the soon-to-be Marriott Hotel, the Fairmont Hotel, Hilton, and then we go past Hyatt, followed by Rio, and then we end up at the Radisson, where we're going to turn up into the back side of the hotel area. Also note, this is the area where Taghazout is, so if you're staying in Taghazout, you can join it there and go back towards Tamraght. We're also going to go through the Taghazout Village area, the bay area, past the Hyatt Place Hotel, and then back up through the golf course and back where we started near Tamraght Village. So that is our 8 kilo route. Let's have a look what it looks like on the floor. Now we're going to start outside White Beach Hotel, just in the car park, just outside the hotel. You go from the path towards the hotel, and then just before you go inside the hotel, there's this little bridge which goes across. Now follow this round, and then this is a beach path that goes all the way down to the beachfront. Now this is the soon-to-be Marriott Hotel on the right. White Beach is on the left. You've got some African sellers just here. That's Devil's Rock on the left, but we're going to go right towards Fairmont along the beachfront. Now we're going at sunset, so you can see there's lots of runners, kids, and people around. If you do want to run along the beach, by the way, this is where you could go down. I would definitely recommend doing that. Get those bare feet out, do a bit of grounding. Now between every hotel you will find a toilet block. There's one there. You can see there's lots of people hanging around at sunset. There's also lots of seats as well dotted around it, especially on the seafront side. Now there's also some of these exercise stations. Now this is the Fairmont Hotel. Now remember, you can pop into any of them to go to have a drink or use the restaurants. Another exercise station here. Now we're going past the golf course on the right hand side. There's also a great photo opportunity over here. Now this is the Calypso Beach Club, which is run by Hilton. More exercise stations. Now here is the Hilton Hotel itself, with again a beach club on the beach side. Also just inside, by the way, Hilton, there's a great cafe, a little cake cafe by the reception. Definitely worth popping in. Next up, we have lots of these exercise stations. Now I'm doing this video at sunset, so this is probably the busiest time. There's lots of people milling around. If you come in the morning, like sunrise or morning time, it's empty. It's just an absolute joy. I'm just showing you the busiest time right now. Now next, coming up on our right hand side, is what's called Taghazout Bay. So the actual main area. There's 3 nice cafes here. This is also a water sports area on the beach, so this is kind of the heart of Taghazout Bay. You'll also find here a pharmacy, a toilet block, also a play area for the kids. So it's nice to visit this area, especially if you're staying in the hotel and you feel like you're staying in your little bubble. You can see a little bit of local community here. Also, one of the surf shacks has a little shop. It's just selling like crisps and drinks, stuff like that, so small snacks. I'll show you the big shop later on. Now here you can see the outdoor equipment area for the gym, which you can use free of charge. Nice to have a photo with this palm tree as you run round. Next hotel is the Hyatt Hotel, again with its beach club on the side here. Now if you did want to stop anywhere for a meal or a drink, I would definitely recommend this Sud restaurant, purely because of the location. It's set up slightly higher and it's really close to the beach, so the views from here are absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, there's always people in there chilling, relaxing, enjoying food. You'll also see the sun loungers in the swimming pool, which is so tempting on a hot evening like today. The next hotel is the Rio Hotel. So this is probably the biggest hotel in the bay. It's an all-inclusive one. But check out this little fitness studio right on the beach. Isn't it fantastic? Right, as we come up towards the end of the beach path where we're going to turn up, this is probably the recommended, if you want to stop somewhere actually to soak up the sun, I would recommend going on this beach here. Now, if you're coming from Taghazout Bay, if you want to extend your run, you can go straight ahead here towards Taghazout, or if you're coming from Taghazout, this is where you would come from. A couple of benches here. This is also the last toilet block on this side, so this is where you want to spend a penny. The toilets, by the way, are 2 dirhams, which is like 15p. Now, as you go up this path, you'll see the official entrance to the Radisson Hotel. Just navigate yourself around where the security point is. This is motorbikes going down to the beach, by the way. So there's the hotel entrance, and then there's a path which goes all the way up towards the road. This is also a nice parking area if you did want to park your car and start on this route from anywhere. Now, this is where the gradient starts, by the way. So this is a slight uphill. Now, when you get to the top of this hill, this is where you get to kind of the main road. This is the entrance to the Rio Hotel. Now, the main important thing to remember is just follow the path. On the beach side, it's fine because it's just a straight road. Here on the top here, there is a pavement which does kind of zigzag across the road at some points, but at the beginning, just follow the path. There is also a taxi rank up here should you wish to change your mind and go back to your hotel via taxi. There is some more seats. They're often at the bus stops, but again, it's nice just to sit and chill if you need to in this heat. Right, this is the first place where we're going to cross the road, so be really careful because the cars can go really fast in this area. So zebra crossings in Morocco are not zebra crossings that you might see in Europe. They won't stop for you, so don't just walk. Make sure you look both ways carefully, because you'll often find motorbikes coming the wrong way down the road as well, so be really careful. Now, this is my favourite bit because you get to have a look into those Atlas Mountains. Look how beautiful that is down there. It is really, really nice. This is the kind of the riverbank, the floodplains. Now, the next hotel is Hyatt here on the right hand side, but just keep following this red path. Now, there is a cut through here. You can cut through the park, which gives you beautiful views of the bay. So there is an option. However, it is only that small gap to get through. Okay, then again, to stop motorbikes. We're now going to cross the road back over to go through to the end of our loop. Again, be careful crossing that road. And we're going to come down to Taghazout Bay, the centre. Now, this is your last chance, again, to go to the toilet. If you need to spend a penny, those cafes have got toilets as well. If you're staying in the Hyatt Place Hotel, it's just up there. So you can cut through the park, go up those steps and get to the hotel that way. There is another way, which I'll show you in a moment. Now, coming up is the pharmacy, and as I said, down here in this complex, which is a residential complex, there is the 3 cafes as well. Now, over on the park, on the other side, by the way, is also a kids' play area, kind of some older kids' playing areas as well, so I definitely recommend that going there if you've got kids. Also going up there for sunset to take some photos is kind of nice. Now, don't be misled in thinking there's a bank here. Now, there's a picture of a bank and a picture of an ATM, but there aren't actually anything working because they're waiting for more residents to be in that area before they actually make it. If you're cutting through the park, that's where you're going to come out, so you'd cross over the road there. If you want to walk up to the Hyatt Place Hotel, you cross over the road here, and that is this step-free entrance. But we are going to finish this 8k, and we're just going to carry on the red bricked road. Here is the Hilton Hotel on the right hand side. Like I said earlier, they've got an amazing little cakes cafe in the entrance, the reception area, which is just down there. Now, as you walk along here, there's a residence area on the left-hand side, should you be staying there. And then we're going to go to, on the right-hand side, you've got that beach club. And then as we go along here, you can see we have got the other side of the golf course. Now, the golf course looks so beautiful, and I've tried to walk through it before the security stopped me. So you can't walk through, unfortunately, but you can see that it does look nice. Now, again, there is some more benches as you walk along here. Now, as it gets to sunset, I must say at this point, I as a male feel completely fine walking around, but if you are a single female, I wouldn't recommend you walk alone after sunset. Not because it's unsafe, but it's just not the most enjoyable way, because you will see groups of male guys just hanging around in the street. So they're not going to do anything to you, but you just may feel intimidated. Now, that's the entrance to the Fairmont Hotel. On the left hand side you have a taxi rank, just like before. There's one at each end of the bay. Follow that red bricked road. Now, on where these palm trees are, there is a cut through to the beach should you want to cut through early. On the left hand side is the real supermarket. So this is Ashkeed supermarket, where everything is fixed price. So if you do need any essentials, I would pop to this supermarket, which is basically the closest one to all the 5-star hotels in the bay. Right, do you recognise we're nearly back where we started? If you do want to go into the local town of Tamraght, there's restaurants just past the mosque there. There's also some local shops, so you just go up that stony area. And then here we are, we have completed our 8 kilometres. When you see these stones, you can see this is where we started from. So we are back at just outside the White Beach Hotel. And that is it, guys. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at the results. So we did 7.64 kilometres, almost 10,000 steps. It took me an hour and a half to walk it, which is 4.6 miles. I burnt 700 calories. If you want to extend it and do 10k, you can go past towards Taghazout and then the other way as well through White Beach. It is on Strava. It's saved under 8k. My name has been Jody Bunting. Thank you for joining me, and this has been the 8k in Taghazout Bay.